Hello everybody and welcome back to Manor Lords, where it is currently September and we are working on getting these fields plowed back up. Apparently we're going to plant these fields again, and then these fields are going to be a next September thing? I guess that's reasonably fine. So let's fast forward here. We do have a bunch of wheat in our farmhouse right now, and I would like to pull a family from something and put them in the windmill. The question is what? I don't think we want to do this out over here just yet. I would like to upgrade to a small stone church eventually, but I think that we should get the fields plowed and probably sown first. Unassigned families needed for construction work in the manor. Yes, I'm aware of that. For now, we're much more interested in getting our fields dealt with. So, we're going to have these done fairly soon. Requirements are not met in a couple of burgages here. Fuel stall supply. Okay. So, presumably our firewood stall, yeah. We have our woodcutter's lodge currently turned off, and that is currently idle. So, we want the... Where are they going? Oh, that's awkward. It changes over in October. Interesting. Well, now that we've learned that, that's going to definitely have an effect on the landscape. So we are going to be planting these fields, but we need to get them plowed and sown before winter. So we definitely need to continue to have as many people on our farmhouse as possible. And these fields, that was then wasted labor. So that is noted that that's the way that that works. That's very strange, and that is something that I would expect to have changed soon enough. Now, our bloomery is currently full, and we may want to remove somebody from the bloomery here and have them go over to, say, the windmill. Or maybe even the storehouse. Like this storehouse. I'm assuming these guys are not going... Well, they are actually set to transporting. I'm not sure what he's transporting, but sure. For now, that seems relatively okay. We want to continue to plow up these fields. It's going to take time. And that is definitely going to take a bit. This was all wasted labor, and I feel like it should change this in September. But there might be problems with the way that that's implemented. Yeah, I'm thinking about what that might do to, like, the harvest, and I could see why that might be a problem. Indeed. For now, of course, we just need to continue plowing. We need to get this as plowed as possible. We've only got a little bit of time to do it, and we need as many people working on this as we can. We've also only got 3 months of fuel right now, and that is definitely concerning, or rather 3 months of food and fuel. So that's only going to last us partway through the winter as of right now. So we've got to get going on getting all of this done. So for now, that seems reasonably fine. But yeah, that move over of fallow in October is odd because it cost us to have a lot of labor expenditure up here that was completely useless. So that is unfortunate, but we got to get this done. Top priority right now, 100%. Cool. So we're now sowing this field. Winter is approaching. Yes, I am aware. I am very aware of this. So these guys... Waiting, waiting, and praying. Okay, we're going to remove it from here, and they're going to be assigned to this storehouse. So they're gathering and transporting. Yeah, that's probably for the best. Okay. This field down here is going to get sown. And it's currently going to yield 17. Now 20. That's all barley, so, you know, that's not necessarily the biggest deal in the world. Okay. So we're now done sowing this field, and we're going to start working on the other fields. All of these fields need to be worked on absolutely top priority. It's already November. I feel like this is going to cost us some sowing and plowing time, which means we're going to have a significantly reduced crop next year because we wasted all of this labor up here. I think that that's a significant issue. So knowing that this happens, we're probably not going to utilize the crop rotation system in the future, is my guess. It's definitely not the way to go, it seems. It's already November, and we need to get these fields planted. Wait, are we sowing up here? Why does it look like this? Is this due to not having fertility down here, I wonder? Hang on. Let's take a quick look at our fertility overlay for specifically wheat. Okay. I think that that's a fertility issue. It's the same fertility from here to here. Interesting. I'm not sure why it looks like this. We're now sowing this field, which is good. We desperately need to be working on that. New Merc companies are available. It's December. Okay. So that's what we got done. It's because of all of this wasted labor over here. So what we could definitely do is we could reload it and not let them do all of this plowing. I feel like in a way that's kind of cheating. So I'm not going to do that, but that's definitely a lesson learned. So let's take all of these guys out of the farmhouse. Now we need to definitely have at least one family in the woodcutter's lodge, one family in the forester's hut. I would like to have 2 families in the logging camp, 1 in the saw pit, which we already had. Okay, that seems good. 1 over in the bloomery is maybe okay, and then 1 in this storehouse. And then maybe 1 in the communal oven, and then 1 on construction. So something like this for right now. So these guys are currently... Oh, there's no one assigned to the windmill. We should definitely have someone assigned to the windmill. We might want to get rid of the communal oven because we can create a bakery as an artisan. So we could definitely do an upgrade over here once we have the requirements met. We need food and clothing, but we'll definitely get there. Okay, so here come all of our farmers back. That's definitely going to be a bit awkward for us. Our yield is going to be, I think, significantly lower next year than it was this year. But for now, these are fallow, and that should regenerate some of the fertility there. And that'll be good. So we've currently only got 2 months of fuel and 4 months of food. Now, we do have this woodcutter's lodge over here. They should be able to keep us going through the winter, in theory. In theory. Now, these guys are currently transporting, and what are you transporting? Transporting water. Going home. And you're apparently home. Okay. You're waiting. So what we need right now is to transport this wheat out of here. Do we put it in a storehouse? Is this a granary thing? We do already have somebody in the granary. Transporting, peddling, and transporting. So you are going to transport eggs. You are transporting vegetables, hides, and gathering. The question is, how do we get the wheat out of the farmhouse? Right, we've got 186 wheat here, and we definitely want to grind that into flour. These guys are all waiting for wheat to be available. So presumably it needs to get transported. We're transporting eggs, debranching a tree, debranching a tree. Indeed. So we've got 4 months of food, which is enough to get us through the winter. And we've got 2 months of fuel, which is not enough to get us through the winter. So we definitely need to get some of that fuel going. We do have, or we had, a bunch of fuel in this woodcutter's lodge. There was like 40-some fuel in the woodcutter's lodge. We've got 33 firewood in this storehouse and 18 in this storehouse. Surely that's enough to get us through more than 2 months. It would be 4 per burgage that is currently occupied. All of our burgages are occupied. So we've got 18, and what's 18 times 4? 18 times 4 is 72 per month, is what we're consuming in the winter. Wait, no. 18 times 2. So 36 per month is what we're consuming in the winter. Okay, so this is enough to get us through almost 1 month. This is enough to get us through... Yeah, I think this is accurate. Okay, good to know. So we've got these food stalls here, and we don't have anything in there right now. Clothing stall, and we've got 2 firewood stalls right now. Okay. Well, we definitely need to get processing some of this firewood, and we're working on it. So that looks good for now. This ox is going to gather. Where? Okay, they're gathering wood. Construction is finished on a firewood stall up over here. So that's this firewood stall. Cool. The real question is, how do we get the wheat out of here? It's in the pantry. I would assume it would go to the granary, which is also a pantry. So maybe we just don't have enough people working in the pantries right now. So I'm going to take them out of these storehouses and put them into this granary. And we'll see if they go gather this wheat, because we absolutely want to grind this wheat into flour right now. That would be very, very good for us. That was kind of the plan. No doubt about that. We are producing some additional fuel, but I'm not sure that it's enough at this point. We've got 3 months of food, 2 months of fuel still. So that is definitely noted. And some workplaces consume fuel as well. That would be locations like the Bloomery absolutely does. That's all fine for right now. So I would like to get some construction going over here. Requirements not met. We require 4 logs. Yeah. How are things going up over here? Okay, we haven't transported all of those goods yet. Understood. So awkwardness definitely ensued down over here. We'll get the rest of that done in the spring, but we are going to have raiders eventually, and this army is going to be a thing. We're going to need to get them going, and hopefully we can also get our manor dealt with soon enough. That would be nice too. So, granary. Waiting, peddling, praying, guiding an ox, waiting, 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 and waiting. So that's a lot of people waiting. No one appears to be grabbing the wheat from the farmhouse. Okay. So it might not be the granary. We might just need to do backlog in the storehouses. I think it should be the granary, though.
This is heavier than it looks.
So that's certainly intriguing. It might be that we need a family in the farmhouse. So let's pull these guys out here and put a family into the farmhouse. Dropping resources, crafting, and dropping resources. Okay. Crafting, crafting, and waiting. Okay, so they are coming to the farmhouse. What are they going to do here? Going to get the wheat? Yeah, he is crafting. So, it is employment in the farmhouse that they're doing with this. I'm not sure exactly what their mission is here. Transporting grain. Okay, so we can see that the farmhouse now has 1 grain and 184 wheat. So that's fine. Now these guys, waiting, waiting, and transporting. Specifically, what are you transporting? Grain. Okay, so they're now going to get the grain. So we have to, like, thresh the wheat into grain at the farmhouse. Then the farmhouse can, or rather, then the grain can be transported to the windmill where it is made into flour. And then the flour is in the oven or in the bakery, which is better. In the bakery would be made into bread. Okay, we've now got 3 months of food and fuel. We should be okay on that front then. If we're positive on our fuel right now, that's looking fine. We'll make it through the winter, no problem. Cool. Our farmhouses are definitely kind of awkward, but we'll work our way through this grain, and we'll make as much flour as we can. I do want to get one of these burgages over here upgraded. Food stall supply. Okay, so we need at least 2 types of food supplied on the marketplace. And currently, our food stalls are giving 2 types of food. So this should qualify, but only some of these will. So which of these are eligible to be upgraded is a question that must be asked. This one is. Well, we've already got a vegetable garden there. I would prefer not to upgrade that one. I would prefer to upgrade one of these down here, which do not already have backyard extensions. So that's the thing. We also definitely want to get a spearman workshop going. That would be fantastic to get done. So that is understood. We do have a spear and 2 large shields here, as well as 9 wooden parts. So, I mean, that's all wonderful. We need logs as well. So logs are definitely something that we should be working towards. I'm wondering what's going on up here with our manor. Not a whole lot is the answer. Okay. That's fine. And this is going to keep our farmers busy here for quite a long time. So noted that the farmers should be kept working in the farmhouse in order to process the wheat. That is good to know. Now that that is known, of course, the windmill is producing flour. The communal oven we probably want to get rid of and start doing some burgage upgrades. I'm wondering how many logs we have right now. 1 timber. I think we have sufficient planks at this point. So I'm going to tell these guys stop working in the saw pit for right now. And they are instead... I really want them to start upgrading over this way, right? That would be really, really good to do. We could put in a vegetable garden over here and upgrade this one. So I'm going to do that. We'll put in a vegetable garden here, upgrade this to level 2. And then that's going to be changed from a vegetable garden over into, I think, spear production. I would like to get this upgraded as well. We're going to need additional timber for that, so we can advance forward for the time being. Okay, so once we get all of this timber ready to go, we'll upgrade this to a level 2 burgage, which is currently a goat shed. And we can put in an additional goat shed elsewhere if we really want to, but I feel like it's not all that necessary at this moment. So, we're just waiting on this timber. We've got 7 timber right now, apparently. Yeah, this is fine. So we'll get that upgrading. That will be wonderful. Okay. So get going on that. We've got a lot of wheat in our farmhouse for the moment, so no concerns there. The stonecutter camp we're not doing any stone cutting on, but this manor out over here, we're still waiting on some transport, and that is fine for now. So this burgage is going to finish. It is currently January, and I absolutely, as soon as this is done, want to put in a blacksmith's workshop. And we're going to immediately begin production of spears. So this takes in an iron slab and a plank. We do have a fair amount of both of those for right now. So the blacksmith is going to get done there, and once we finish up this burgage, this is going to be a baker. And I want to actually demolish our communal oven. So that'll give us back those two timber, which will be good. And this will be a bakery. So we'll get these artisans done as soon as we can. Cool. Any moment now. There we go. So now we want to put in a bakery here. Development branch missing bakeries. Oh. Okay. I mean, we could put in a brewery. They produce ale from malt, and I assume that malt gets processed at the farmhouse like wheat does into barley. Or rather, from barley. So barley into malt would be the idea. So I do want to put in a brewery extension here eventually, but I don't know that... Oh, that's interesting. I didn't intend to do that necessarily, but I guess we are going to put a brewery in there. Sure. So that means that we do actually still need that communal oven. So the communal oven is here. Okay. We'll get that rebuilt. That's fine. For the moment, we've got plenty of logs, and we've got plenty going on. Although, we do need to pull somebody out of one of these locations, like this storehouse, to work on construction. Perfect. So that'll be fine. We've got a pretty bustling little town at this point. I like it. And it is currently January. We have 86 flour right now in the windmill. Okay. It's a pretty long production chain to produce the flour, but that's a lot of flour. No doubt about it. I do want a family in the communal oven. We've got this brewery good to go, so let's put our spare family in the communal oven for right now. The manor is going to need additional transportation of 3 rocks. Okay. For the moment, that is fine. We're probably going to want to get a few more houses going here. All of these are filled. So we definitely do want that to happen. Okay, one of our deposits was just exhausted. It was the mining pit out over here. Okay, so we're going to move these guys out of here. They're going to go to construction. This mining pit, there's no more clay. So we definitely do want to upgrade our wooden church, and let's get going on that one. Excellent. And we're going to run out of iron eventually as well. Do we have people in the bloomery at this moment? We do. Okay. So eventually we'll run out of iron over here. But for the moment, this is reasonably fine. So this manor has everything moved to it right now. We just are waiting on a family to actually work on the construction. That's fine. There is somebody in the communal oven now, and that looks good. We have that bread coming in at a prodigious rate. So that's looking good. We've got this chain of production looking absolutely good at this point. Although we are down to just 17 additional wheat at the farmhouse, so we're going to be done working on that processing pretty soon. And the windmill is, of course, going to finish up on its processing eventually as well. And all of that flour will be absolutely fine. Is that in the granary as well? Ah, okay. Yes. So that looks good for the moment. So we no longer need anyone working at the farmhouse, and I'm going to put them into construction for the time being. I would really like to get this manor constructed. For the moment, nobody's out there. But it looks like they might be heading out that way. Particularly this person. No, you're heading the wrong way. Okay, whatever. Eventually they'll build that, right? Right? Why aren't we building it right now? That's an interesting question. Well, we can see that we're at 33 out of 36 spearmen at this point. We just need 3 additional spears to get that done. A band of raiders have been seen, and an enemy unit has been spotted up over here. Okay. I mean, that's quite a long ways away, so for the moment, we're not too concerned about it. Our clay furnace over here still has 3 clay in it, so we're not quite done with this yet. We've got 16 clay in the mining pit. So for the moment, that is looking okay. Wonderful. Mission completed. Raiders near. Okay. Well, we've definitely boosted up our number of spear militia. And where are those alleged raiders at? Is that these guys that were out over here? They are moving towards us. Okay. There's a pretty decent number of them. They're on their way over, and I'm guessing that they're looking to attack us. So let's just continue to craft those spears. If we go to our blacksmith, I want to take a quick look at what we've got here. Yeah, we're working on it. And we're also lacking tavern supply right now. So we do have a brewer, but we don't actually have a tavern, and we might want to put one in somewhere. I'm thinking maybe over here somewhere? Like there? Sure. That looks reasonably fine for now. So these guys are going to take a little while to make their way over. Looks like 18 and 18. So that's probably about even with what we've got right now. I would like to get this manor completed. That would be awfully nice. Because then we would get we would get some sort of a, I believe the term was, what did they call that? Hang on. Starting retinue. Indeed. I would like to get that completed, but a lot of our workers don't appear to be interested in building the manor, so there is that. So we've got these guys on their way in, and let's just speed forward a little bit here. And they'll arrive pretty shortly. For now, though, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to see what we do about these raiders. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Tommy Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.